Zion Clark is one of the most inspirational people on this planet, with one of the most compelling stories of what he's overcome through struggle, adversity, abuse, neglect. The world has viewed Zion as somebody with physical limitations, and he's turned around and made that into his superpower that inspires change in others and brings his gifts to truly make a difference.
Today, the Mulligan Brothers film crew flies out to the West Coast, where I get to sit down with one of the most incredible men on planet Earth, Zion Clark. A man who defines the Mulligan Brothers ethos, inspire change. Today's video was made possible, as always, with your support at MulliganBrothers.com, where all the t-shirt sales and the journal sales go back into finding these incredible stories like Zion. Thank you for your incredible support. There is a sale now on with the link in the description.
We live in a society that I think now is pushing on the importance of inclusivity as humans, but we still have a long way to go, and there's a lot of limiting factors in how our society and world is designed. Zion definitely defies that with everything he's physically capable of. He's a 3-time Guinness World Record holder, self-taught musician, professional track athlete from 17, was a Division I athlete and 2-time All-American. He's won a professional fight, MMA fight, against an able-bodied opponent.
My name is Zion Clark, AKA Big Z. I'm a 2-time Emmy Award winner on Netflix. I'm an actor, I'm an author, professional fighter, ranked one of the top fastest racers in the United States. And on top of that, I'm a philanthropist and just a good dude.
The foster care system is very broken.
Like I didn't have a family growing up, so you know, sometimes I would get locked out of my house. I wouldn't get to eat a meal for like 4 or 5 days at a time. So like one moment I have a roof over my head, the next moment I don't. One moment I have a plate of food, the next week I don't at all for the whole week. You know what I mean? Like one moment I'm clean, the other moment I might not have showered for 14 days. You know, like that's how I grew up.
It's treated as an agency that make money off the children, essentially. So these agencies are getting paid to foster these children to these families, and then the families are getting paid. Now you take a child with a disability, the families are getting paid, I think it's like double. And unfortunately, the parents fostering these kids usually aren't doing it, you know, it's not coming from their heart. It's not like they want to help a child that needs parental guidance or support. For Zion, he talks about the most life-changing moment was being adopted at 17 years old. And when his mom came into his life, everything changed.
I'd seen the documentary, and I remember at the start of the documentary, there was a mention of people would say to you, there's no chance of you succeeding, this is ridiculous, don't let him compete. By the end of it, they were saying, oh, he's got an unfair advantage, this is ridiculous, don't let him compete.
Yeah, no, because that's the thing. When I lost all the time, nobody had nothing to say, but when I started beating those very same people that beat me, and I started beating everybody, then they're like, oh, they're taking it easy on him. Oh, he has an unfair advantage. I was like, did I have an unfair advantage when I was getting my head kicked in? No. It's just, I figured out how my body moves, and I'm able to move my body better than yours, and that's why I'm winning. I was a kid, I didn't give a shit. I'm just like, say it bluntly, I didn't care about opinions of other people as a kid. Who gives a shit if you try to tell me I can't do this or tell me I can't do that? Because I'm gonna just do it, and then you'll really feel stupid. You feel me? So it's not about making people feel stupid. It's not even about proving them wrong. It's about proving myself right. You know, wrestling, when I got started, I was given a flyer in art class. You know, like the most simplest way you could have started any sport as a first grader. You know, given a flyer, looked at this flyer, brought it home, went to practice. You know, like that's how I got my start. Keep you like steady, but like you see that he's shoving his head down, and not even down, but he's pushing it to the side. So as he's coming around, you push your head down. If you can't look that way, you're not gonna be able to move that way. And a lot of people, when we say push the head down, spin around, that's what I'm talking about. Slam his face into that.
Me and Zion share that gift of realizing kids are our future and everything stems from them. So if you could instill that self-belief in children and teach them to be themselves in a world that shapes and molds you and creates a construct of what you can and can't do, we're trying to defy that and live through a means of the power of being who you are.
Why help other people now? Like, what's the point of like doing camps like this today? You know, the work that you and Craig are doing. Like, what's the point of it?
Knowing the shit that I know and moving the way I do, I move different. You know, so with that being said, why, if I have all this knowledge and I live for 80 years and don't tell anybody anything about I know and just keep all the knowledge, all the wealth, all the money, all the shit to myself, then I'm selfish. But if I'm able to share it as I build and bring everybody with me, that's how you win. That's how you actually make change. I'm glad that when I came in here, I saw how hard you guys were working. And this is you guys are the type of wrestlers that we need to make a difference. People hate success, you know, and that's just the world we live in. If it's not you, then you're probably going to be jealous if you're not comfortable with yourself. If you're comfortable with yourself, you want to see the fellow man, the fellow woman win at all times. I want to see everybody around me win. Everybody deserves a chance to win. And once they do, you can't be like, I'm rooting for you. And then once I start winning, you can't be like, I'm jealous. You feel?
Happens a lot. How many times did you lose?
I lost about 200 times-ish. So with that being said, I demand respect. You feel me? I don't demand attention, I demand respect. Because that's all I want. You don't have to give me attention, but respect what I do and don't act like you don't see it.
So the mission is to continue exploring Zion's physical limitations and to show the diversity of the things he can do, and not being defined by being a track athlete and a wrestler and an entertainer. It's really pushing boundaries from every capacity to show that he could be anything he wants to. And he already shows that with how remarkable and diverse he is, but I think we can continue pushing the paradigm on what a human is capable of. And I think the message also is to the community of people with disabilities that might have an insecurity of how they see themselves, to show that somebody that was born different can be on the front cover of a magazine, could be in an MMA fight, he could be on America's Got Talent. You know, there's so many things that he could do, and that message in itself is very powerful.
The privilege we have to cover Zion's story and do this documentary is not lost on me. I want to say a massive thank you from the Mulligan Brothers and the Mulligan Brothers family. This is all made possible at MulliganBrothers.com. Thank you for everybody who bought an Inspire Chain t-shirt, a journal, a Memento Mori poster, whatever it is, you make this possible, and I cannot thank you guys enough. Join us next time where the Mulligan Brothers find another incredible story.